I'm bigger than you. I don't want to talk to you. So I'm gonna share your story, and because I want to share the story, I want to record it. My wife and I were in Chicago, so Steve was filming his show in Chicago. So my wife said, "Hey, because this is to show you who Steve Harvey is." So my wife said, "You know Steve?" I said, "Yeah, I know Steve." So she said, "I'd like to meet him." So I said, "Okay." So we go, I call Rashawn McDonald. So there's a comedian that became Steve Harvey's manager.
Mm-hmm.
He's a friend of mine too. Like we all, Rashawn and I used to live in the same building in LA. So he set us up. My wife and I, we dressed up real sharp, you know. They had us sitting like on the front. So they shot like two different segments before they got to my segment. So they shot a segment away from me and over here, then they shot one right in the center in front of me. And when Steve saw me, he was like, "Oh, my dog. Oh, is that James?" Like, you know, we knew I was there, but he was performing for the crowd. So he's like, "Oh, that's my dog. That's my dog." And my wife's sitting there like, "I can't believe it." Come down. And so I come down to the set. My wife's crying because she thinks it's like a family reunion type thing. So he comes, he hugs me, and he says, "Oh, man, you still doing comedy?" I said, yeah. He said, "Oh, good, man. I love this dude." He says, "If it wasn't for this dude, there would be no Steve Harvey." Right? You see, I mean, he was just that out. And so I walked back up. He went and grabbed my wife, hugged her. So I sat with my wife. She's crying. And she looked over at me and she said, "What did you do to him?" I said, "What?" She said, "What did you do to him? Like why isn't he in our lives, right?" So, you know, I saw, you know, like I put my hands on my mouth because they got cameras, they can see. So I said,